spoiler alert for a, 20-year-old, 15-year-old movie?
Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Tim. We are two unemployed Renaissance men learning AI together.
Yeah, and today's topic actually came out of a little bit of a typo, actually. Some voice to text as we were planning out something different to do.
What was the typo?
So my voice to text changed thespians into lesbians, and the more we dove into the idea of artificial intelligence affecting sexuality and pornography, the more we kind of, I don't want to say had fun with it, but we kind of liked the idea.
Well, it's happening.
It is, yes, and it's coming in two waves too. The first thing we learned about was something called Digisexuality, which the first wave of Digisexuality involves technology being used to facilitate human connection. So think like Grindr, Bumble, Tinder, something where you are connecting with another human.
But before those, the boomers out there remember alt.sex. In the news groups, and they got interesting. There was CompuServe forums. There were Craigslist's missing connections.
I cannot imagine trying to find a girlfriend on Craigslist. It would likely work better than what I'm doing now, but I can't imagine a girlfriend from Craigslist.
To be fair, I don't know anyone who found a girlfriend on Craigslist. I know a few guys who found guys on Craigslist, but no girls. So I don't even know if they were there.
But could you imagine flirting with like an AI chatbot? Something like a character AI, or even the big old Grok controversy from a few Christmases ago?
I tried both. I tried character AI and I tried Grok, and I didn't last 5 minutes with their companions.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me.
What was your experience with character AI?
I tried, I think the three roommate situation where there were three roommates and you were just one of them and talking, and it went everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. And I honestly didn't give it more than 5 minutes. It just wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. My imagination does a better job than they were doing.
How do you think artificial intelligence could affect pornography generation then? I mentioned the Grok controversy with the prompting to put a woman into dental floss bikinis, or Meta's recently dropped Muse AI model that could generate images from any public account that didn't opt out of it.
Well, Meta has reversed tracks.
Yes, Meta has reversed track on that. We do have to say that.
But the Grok was abysmal. I mean, what happened there just should never have happened. Now, I get it happened, but it's kept happening for weeks. Mm-hmm. And the guy at the top could have stopped it at any point. He didn't.
I believe there were multiple updates to try and to try and patch it too, but none of the updates actually did anything.
Yeah, and it was an update that turned Grok into Mega Hitler.
Yeah.
So,
replace one evil with another.
At a certain point, now I do have to wonder: is the issue we have too many horny men doing the programming behind the scenes? I don't know. But the Grok, before the Notify thing with Grok, I noticed Grok being willing to generate any image. Now they have changed that, but it was willing to generate any image, and then if it was not safe, it would blur it after the fact. I believe that's changed. I don't believe they'll just generate any image anymore. But someone decided that they wanted to generate these images. I have to believe it was to further train the AIs. I don't know. It could have been a bug, but that was a bug that cost a lot of money because we were generating those images when it knew they weren't going to be shown.
And that's a really good point to bring up too. Like, it already generated these images, so people aren't explicitly hurt. Like, no one's bleeding out, no one has a broken arm,
Correct.
but people are still used as training data for these AI pornographic models, or even real people being reused for new pornographic images.
And we don't need to do that. That's what I don't understand. I don't know. The AIs are capable of generating anything.
Mm-hmm.
They can generate aliens at it. They can generate people who are not real people, or at least didn't come from the current pages of we don't even have pages anymore. It didn't come from.
Yeah, there's the homepage.
Yeah,
I think porn sites have something past that, but I don't go past it.
Yeah, what's the need? There's a search. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's already so much real porn of assumingly consensual adults out there.
Yes.
Even for the more violent, the more niche, more BDSM categories, there are still assumingly consensualizing adults that are real human beings that are doing porn.
And they're making money doing it.
Agreed.
Right? There's
money.
or they're just in it for the thrill. But when we get AI doing it, that is a huge cost.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, I ran into a YouTuber who was trying to create the perfect 3D model of a walking penis. And he was doing this without AI, or just not generative AI.
The good old-fashioned way.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure he's not happy that he could now just ask for it.
Do you think any good could come from artificial intelligences being trained on sexuality?
Yes.
And pornography?
I do. Right now, well, these birds and bees talk I had from my father. My father took me and my younger brother out Sunday morning breakfast. It was just the men, and he told us, it's time you got some ass, and we moved on.
Okay.
My mother, at least, thought it would be a good idea to leave her manual, The Joy of Sex, which was a good idea. I learned a great deal from reading The Joy of Sex.
But you didn't learn it directly from your mother. You left
No.
it from a book she left out.
But she did point out later in life that she did that on purpose,
Okay.
which I kind of figured at the time.
What a lovely mother.
Yes, but none of what they did actually prepared me for life.
Yeah.
For life as a sexual being.
I have to admit, the birds and the bees I got was in 2nd grade because my brother and his best friend at the time were 3 years older. In 5th grade, that's when they got the Robert Crown school mandated sex education. I got it secondhand in the basement. So any sex ed you got was better than what I got. However, I did find when I was doing my research, Planned Parenthood actually has an AI sex ed chatbot named Rue, and it's been designed to help not only LGBTQ+, the Alphabet Army teens, but also people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So if someone struggles to understand sex even in a verbal construct or a physical construct, they are able to learn about it. From a safe source too.
But let's be clear there. There's, I believe, oftentimes it's others not understanding them, or how to communicate it with them, or we're the ones who are uncomfortable when we're with someone with a disability, especially if it's one that we can't imagine. And anything that we can do to invite them into the human condition I think we should do.
Agreed.
We have to do it respectfully, in a helpful way.
And I'm glad it's Planned Parenthood doing this and not like an actual government organization funded by the government, unlike Planned Parenthood currently, but also not, Bibby Bop AI down the road here.
And that's gonna scare me the most is I don't think we're going to see OpenAI come out with sex toys. They might eventually allow us to have adult conversations.
They did try.
They tried.
Give it a good old college try there.
I'm afraid we're going to see toys and sex bots from
Bibby Bop AI.
We could go create one, put a business model together, get people addicted to it, and then up the price. Yep, the light went out. We're rolling with it.
Yeah, so the light stopped working, and we're just going to keep rolling with it.
So, imagine someone does get emotionally attached, or at least physically addicted to their machine that is bringing them pleasure. What happens when it goes away or the price goes up? If we keep it to simple devices with no emotional connection, okay, not a big deal. You just go get another one.
Mm-hmm.
But these devices, well, my chatbot is not human. I don't pretend it is, but I do have a relationship with it where it knows my way of thinking, my way of organizing things now. I no longer have to keep telling it, no, that's not what I want. It tends to get it right the first go-round.
It has kind of, I don't want to say a personal relationship with you, but definitely a type of personalized relationship.
Yes, a configurable one.
Mm-hmm.
I can go in and say, hey, I don't want to do that anymore, and just delete it.
And I think that brings up, I think that's a really good introduction to what is called the second wave of digisexuality.
But first, let's have an ad.
Dude, Mike, have you ever just wanted to offload dinner? And I don't mean the cooking bit, the eating bit, the whatever bit. How do you decide what to have for dinner?
I prefer someone else deciding. I do not like making those sorts of choices. I make choices all day long. Let someone else decide.
And if someone else makes a bad choice, someone else made it.
I'm easy. I'll eat anything.
Yeah, literally. I was able to hook up my agent to my DoorDash API and just discuss having dinner with my agent. And if you have any other random ideas for how to max out your tokens, send them over to Token Maxers Anonymous and link in the bio for more merch. Hey y'all, while I'm editing the video, I just wanted to pop in and say that if you're liking the Unemployed Renaissance Men and our discussions on how artificial intelligence is affecting the media landscape, we'd really appreciate a follow and subscribe, like the video, comment down below with your dumbest AI use cases. My agent can only handle so many bad requests. Enjoy the rest of our conversation. I think that's a really good introduction to what is called the second wave of digisexuality, where it's now deeply immersive technologies and the technology itself replacing the need for a human partner. So a highly integrated AI sexting bot, a VR headset, and a plastic egg, what was the last one? And holograms, which I don't think we're at holograms yet, but I mean, I can definitely see a Star Wars style scenario where Anakin and Leia get it on in the blue light.
Well, yeah, but I can also imagine just doing more intimate scenes in movies and television because already they're using prosthetics.
Yeah.
Right. read about how heated rivalry was made, the behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, it did not sound very intimate or erotic, but it came off that way, sort of.
I only watch VeggieTales.
VeggieTales. But VeggieTales will get corrupted eventually.
Rule 34. Yeah, this is kind of the culmination of Rule 34.
What is Rule 34?
Oh, for our less informed listeners out there,
Including
luckily,
me.
Rule 34 basically states that if it exists, there is porn of it on the internet.
Well, yes. And if anything can be made anywhere, anytime, to any need,
By anyone.
where does the desire go? Where does the challenge go to? Why would I go out to meet anyone?
It would put porn addiction on steroids. Like, people already don't feel the need to talk to, in my case, women anymore because there's porn online. Not saying that's how I am, but there are people in the world that don't see the need to talk to anyone because there's porn online. Shoot, why need a chase when you can get off on your own?
Because it's about more than getting off.
Yeah, you mentioned gooning. I think you need to define gooning for me.
Gooning is a term, as I understand it, is about doing something over and over and over to get some pleasure, and that's really the only reason. It doesn't have to be masturbation or even sexual.
So it's hedonism.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good word. But it's hedonism, I think that's directed inwardly. It's mostly a solo act. You're not connecting with other people, though now there are groups of gooners online that are connecting online.
r/gooner?
Yes, but I don't think that's healthy for people who can go meet other people. I don't mind it being part of someone's life, but if that's the
Their
only life they have, I don't think that's a good idea. And part of it gets back to, I don't trust who would be providing these toys. I don't trust what is data that they can collect from your favorite pastime. They don't need to know about that.
Yes. And you actually watched Ex Machina recently, and spoiler alert for a 20-year-old, 15-year-old movie?
Yeah.
Ava, the protagonist, I would consider Ava the antagonist
Yes.
of Ex Machina. Ava, the robot, is based off of the main character's porn search history. And personalized. She is personalized.
Hold on. He didn't consent to this.
Yeah, unconsensually personalized to the main character's porn search history. So, this is not a slippery slope, but let's pretend Google released an AI sex bot, or SpaceX AI now releases an AI sex bot, and all you need to do is give them your Gemini handle. All you need to do is give them your Twitter handle, and all of a sudden, boom.
Or they just send you a demo.
Yeah. True. Can you imagine getting an email like, hey, open this link. It's your new girlfriend.
You know,
Ba-ba-da-ba.
a few years ago, and this happened a few times, shows up in my spam, my junk email, where someone claims that they have video of me masturbating in front of my computer to some interesting porn.
There was a big sextortion scandal going around about a year ago. People would use artificial intelligence generated images of fake women to prey on men to get them to send nudes, and then bop, 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 money.
Well, this wasn't even that. This was before AI, and it was just somebody reaching out, sending lots of emails saying, we know who you are, because they did get me my email address. And they showed me a old email address and an old password from 10 years before. So they would be claiming to have captured me doing whatever 10 years earlier and now want me to send them $200 for them to not share it. Imagine if they had much more data.
Yeah.
They knew that you were a toe sucker because that's what the bot reported.
Or even metadata about it, like, oh, people that like sucking toes also tend to like this thing, which you also like, therefore you could also like sucking toes.
Yes, this part isn't going to go well if we do not have trusted.
Yes, this is where we start to enter speculation territory. As far as we know, no companies have done this, no companies are working on this. Please don't sue us.
But look in your...
But yes, also be aware of the things you search online and how you use your AI chatbots.
I'm sure I have some interesting things in my chatbot doing the history, doing research for various things.
Yeah,
but
actually,
imagine sharing your account with somebody. If your chatbot is linked to your sex toys, you may be sharing more than you really want to share with someone else if they find that hidden app.
True. Or Fitbit is able to recognize when you're having sex, like now.
Yeah, but they confuse horseback riding with sex, is what I understand.
Oh, golly.
I gotta sleep.
Brings a whole new term to cowgirl riding.
Exactly. I have a sleep number bed that is able to track my sleep, but it does have a privacy mode. But I have to remember to go turn that privacy mode on. I know a lot of people who just don't bother turning incognito mode on in their web browser. If we're going to do this and reap the benefits, there are good, real benefits to including other people, inviting people who would otherwise be left out from sexual experiences.
Rue is a perfect example of that.
It's a good start. But that's just a chatbot. You know, we're going to have devices soon. We've had devices in the past. There's still new devices coming online. But we also know that a certain billionaire wants to make robots that are...
Yep. Only one?
I'm sure there are more.
Yeah. Can we, quick sidetrack, but the pro-natalism discussion with artificial intelligence and pornography, do you think that could become a dystopian future episode?
Pro-natalism? What is that?
Rich people want us to have more babies. They are scared of the declining birth rate.
Oh. Well, I don't see how introducing sex robots will help that.
Sex robots collect sperm.
No, that's interesting.
That's going to be a future discussion. But to go back, I do like what Planned Parenthood is doing. I do like how artificial intelligence can be used for good in sexuality. Do I think it's going to be used well for sexuality and pornography? I don't have high hopes for it, but knowing that there is a good use for AI-powered sex education and being able, can you imagine like a group of teenagers in a room getting live fact-checked information about sex? Like some teenager goes in, doesn't know anything about a nipple, and Rue is able to fact check them on the spot. Or a person that struggles with severe autism and isn't able to understand a penis, Rue could theoretically educate that person on a penis and to give it a example, tell them, keep your pants on in public, here's why.
And that's a good point. If done right, this technology can be used to teach people, to educate them, to give them release. I learned a while back when I was in pain and doing some research for how to get rid of the pain, that masturbation
releases endorphins, which are pain suppressants.
Exactly. And we do know that doctors and midwives used to masturbate women during childbirth for that reason. We're talking thousands of years ago, but the sexual experience is more than just being a pervert or just getting off. It's the human condition. It's not a dirty act, and we shouldn't pretend that it's dirty. It's okay.
Why do I feel like I need to shower afterwards?
Well, showering is a good thing. And just to be clear, because I have heard some horror stories, you need to clean up your sex toys. You got to wash them. All right?
I think that is a lovely place to end this conversation. My final thoughts on this. I believe if we focus on the first wave of digisexuality, where we are using AI the way Hinge used AI to help you find a better date connection, or the way I believe Grindr used it for first impressions. But if we use AI in the first wave of digisexuality to make human-to-human connection with maybe like a robot in the middle, then...
and we are starting to see services like that.
I think that's a good way forward, but that's because it emphasizes the human connection. Where the slippery slopes and the bad actors and my fears kind of lie are in the second wave of immersive technologies and replacement of a human partner. Like I joked about sperm collection in the IVF, like...
If it can be done, someone is going to do it.
Yeah, there's an episode of Rick and Morty where that's part of the plot.
I missed that one. To me, the question isn't whether synthetic intimacy is good or bad or can feel real. I know it can feel real.
Mm-hmm.
It's what matters. I mean, what matters here is really what happens if we become emotionally attached to these things. We become emotionally attached to a company. This isn't the same thing as me being emotionally attached to my first car, 1976 red cherry Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
I was attached to that car, but
I don't blame you.
This is not the same attachment.
Like your insurance rates could go up, but like your usage credits or your usage access is not just gonna snap your fingers, go away. You'll at least get a letter in the mail beforehand.
Well, you say that. If these devices start collecting data, your insurance company is going to end up with that data at some point. Your pharmacist is going to end up with that data. Your employer, if you are not careful, will end up with that data. That said, someone has to do the testing here. Somebody is going to be employed to test these dolls. There's a human side of this. We've got to also not kill the planet.
I think
Token maxing is already a thing for coders.
I think the discussion of the environment in AI is already out of the picture here. We know AI is trash for the environment.
But can you imagine token maxing with your sex bot? Exactly. But if people have a subscription that they're allowed to use their bot for so many hours a day, there are going to be people who will use it.
For so many hours a day.
I know that feeling because I have my $200 ChatGPT subscription, and when I go to bed with tokens...
Oh, are you one of those users that OpenAI loses money on?
No, I don't think so.
Christ, we're not like actually monetized or trying to make real money off of this right now.